Yo, what up, though? What's poppin'? Realest one, Mr. Acting accordingly. Vamp hours last night. It was the brandy. It was the brandy hours. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get into that in a minute. I always got to start it off. Peace, blessings. Every day is a blessing. If you're someone who doesn't appreciate every second that you're given, take a look in the mirror or something. Appreciate it. You understand? It's a privilege to wake up. It really is. I will never stop stressing that. Okay. But yeah, man, they got my ass up out of here last night. But that's my fault. I should have known better. I should have known better. You know, I know how YouTube move. I know they move iffy. You got to move accordingly with their ass too. You know, I was on here from, I want to say it was like 3 to like 4. I think going on 5 or 6. It was something like that. Honestly, it might be a good thing they took that live down because I was on here. I was just having fun. I was sipping. Like I had topics that I was discussing, but maybe I didn't do it in the best condition. You understand? So that was the brandy hours live right there. And shout out to everybody who was in the chat because I'm talking about to the early morning, especially who was it? Black Money, Time. I seen this T popped in there. Who else was it, man? I think Lovely Lady. These like that was like the last half hour before they cut my ass off. Even while I'm still going, I'm sitting here trying to do a live. I end up playing music. That's just because I was feeling good at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. I was sipping. It was whatever it was. Somebody hit me like, "Oh, I can't see you, right?" I'm like, "What you talking about?" Like I should be surprised at something, knowing damn well when you take it too far, they gonna get your ass up off of there, man. You know. But it's basically just a recap of that. Um, the whole Diddy thing, I was speaking on that. I don't really like to speak on celebrity topics because everybody makes it repetitive. Everybody saying the same thing about the same thing. It make you not want to speak on the shit that you see. But it's like when it's in your face and no matter where you turn to, you see the same thing everywhere. It's like your own opinion is formed. It's like, let me speak on it real quick. Let me speak on it real quick. You know what I mean? My whole thing about that was just to get through it kind of quick. Some people was like, "Oh, Diddy, you messed up. You out of here now." Right? Even though they said that they can't do anything. They can't arrest him for that, whatever the case. And there were people who started, I guess people were speaking about why it took Cassie so long to leave and stuff like that. I seen a couple people who was talking about that. But that wasn't my perspective. I was more paying attention to the people who were reacting to it because you had a portion of people who were like putting it on the other sex, the opposite sex, the opposite gender, right? You really had men and women that were going at each other, arguing, making it about themselves, making it about their own individual experiences with the opposite sex. And there was women who were like, they were watching that video and they were saying things like, this is why we chose the bear. And for some of y'all who don't know what that means, just a couple weeks ago, it started off on TikTok. There was a question, a question that went viral, asking women, if you had to make a decision of who you could choose to be left in the woods, or if you were left in the woods alone by yourself, but if you had to choose either a man or a bear to be there with you, which one would you choose? And a lot of women chose the bear. Their reason was being that they feel like basically the whole point is with all the headlines of men doing, some of the craziest stuff, like just what was that last week? Old boy threw the belt around the lady's neck in the Bronx, like that. You got the situation where the one dude had stabbed the twins. You see things like that. So there's some crazy fools out here, man. There's a lot of men that's doing some crazy stuff towards females out in the world. And the whole thing is like, wow, we're not safe. Like the men are not only not protecting us, but they're the ones who are harming us, right? That's the whole thing that's kind of been painted, right? So the whole point of the whole, would you choose a bear or a man? They're basically saying that the point is men are just as animalistic as the bear, so you might as well choose the bear. Just to put it in a nutshell, right? There's a few points that they made that you might feel are valid. I kind of still felt like it was crazy to an extent, but I also understand it. I'm just wondering, out of all things, why the bear? You know what I mean? But that's just me. Um, a lot of women like really took that chance watching that Diddy situation, and they were just going in on men, just and they only going off of their own personal experiences, because a lot of people sit back, men and women, and when they see these type of situations, what they do is they're venting off of their frustration that they've had with the opposite sex. So a lot of women was going in on men saying, yo, these dudes ain't shit, all of that. But understand this, not everybody is no damn Diddy. I can only speak for myself, but there's a lot of men out here that will never even think, will never even conjure up a thought that it's okay to do what that fool did, man. That was some of the wildest stuff I seen in a while. I ain't gonna lie. You know, every man, you don't have to put every man in the box like that. You ain't gotta do that. Not every man is out here on some Diddy stuff. Please don't put us all in the same box. Come on. All right? Even though he apologized, but I don't think people care about that. And rightfully so. You know what I mean? Shit, I heard there's a second video out here. But who knows? Who knows? But enough of that, because that's really all I got to say about that. I think the main thing I had wanted to speak on when I got up here last night, and I hate that. This is why I have to recap it. Shout out to 755 and 702, because they popped up here. And you hate, like, if it was just me, it's like, oh, it's whatever. Go ahead, take it down. But you hate that people were actually getting up here. They were saying, they were giving different perspectives. They were saying some good stuff that people probably would have wanted to hear. You understand? But you can't see it now. So it's like, that part about it sucks. You know? Somebody hit me in my comments this morning. It's like, yo, they took your joint down? Yeah, I guess they did. I guess they did. But the second part of what I was talking about was, it really had to do with the internet, like YouTube. I guess specifically YouTube. Like last night was a blur, so I forgot some of the stuff I said. You know how it is when you got alcohol in your system. Everything is like kind of like a blur. But my whole thing is the authenticity, like of an app like this. It's like, hell, maybe there is none. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's dope people on the app. There's some genuine people on the app. But at the same time, you see more of the opposite. You understand? Everybody come from different places. Everybody has, different mindset. Not everybody look at everything the same way. So, who that? Dawn, what up, bro? What up? How you, man? I'm just recapping, last night, since they took the joint down. You know what I mean? Hold on. Before I get off to the races, I'm just put it. Before I get off to the races, I'm just put it in there. Fell asleep. Yeah, a few people fell asleep, man. I seen, the numbers dropping down and everything. I already knew what was up. It was like 6 a.m. at that point. You know what I'm saying? I started playing music and all of that. I was really just vibing, but I felt I was like, damn, but because there was in the beginning, like there was actually a conversation. There were actually perspectives that were given on that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people probably would have been interested to hear, it's always good to hear certain those type of things from a woman's perspective, you know. But my crazy ass just had to go and play music at the end, knowing damn well how they be on it, man. You know. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, anybody pop in for even for a second, I appreciate it. But pertaining to the app, like I said, and I stand on everything I said, you know. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe let me not say that because I know I was, my mom's kind of gone last night. I don't, they say that a drunk mind, a drunk, what they say, a drunk person speaks a sober mind or something like that. I can't necessarily say that because even if I did say it, yeah, I know, bro. Because I'm the type of person that even if I'm drunk, if I'm saying something, you know, there's like 99% chance that I still mean it. You know what I'm saying? I know I wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. I don't have no reason to be because I'm just speaking in general anyway. I don't get up here and just, target people or anything like that. I'm speaking in general as far as the app goes. It's like if you got somebody that's in your chat, right? Hold on. Hey, guys, appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Always. If you got somebody that's in your chat and you might not like that person, you might have an issue with that person, just be real about it. Don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had somebody in my chat that I wasn't really rocking with, and I know where it's at. I know me and this person don't rock, right? I would honestly tell them, you got to go. You should know better. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the app, like people hide those type of things, man. People won't always tell you that they got an issue with you. They might go tell the next person or whatever. They might, they might say things about you behind your back, which is pussy. I ain't gonna say that word a lot on this channel, but that's some pussy shit right there. I'm just speaking in general because I see it all the time. People do it all the time, speaking behind somebody's back. They won't say it to the person, and what that does is that kind of like starts a narrative when people do things like that. Because if you're speaking about someone when they're not there to defend themselves or to speak on it themselves. And that person might be going along with everything that person is saying. So they might believe that. They might pass it on to the next person. You got a whole mountain made out of a molehill at that point. That's how a lot of the shit starts on this app. I see it every day. Come on, man. If you don't like somebody and they ain't in your chat, you know, don't throw no shade or you can if you want to, but I'm saying why even beat around the bush like that? Who got time for that? We all grown at the end of the day. When I sit up here and I speak on things like this, I'm speaking from not just my experience, but I'm speaking on the things that I see. You understand? Like I would never dare don't really like somebody, but act like it's all good, fine, and all of that. They in my chat, knowing how I feel about them, but I'm just interacting with them like it ain't nothing. That's crazy to me. Some people came from a place where they was taught to hide that type of shit. I could never hide it. Y'all good on here because I can't hide it that well. If I don't fuck with you, I can't hide it. But sometimes it's not even that. If you don't have a rapport to like speak to somebody, it doesn't mean that you necessarily dislike them or that you hate them. It just means maybe there's also a loss of communication. Sometimes a little bit of communication will get you somewhere. It could be a misunderstanding. It could be confusion. Shout out to my bro Domi in the chat right now. Communication. I can bring up a situation, that I had with my bro about a year ago because what we did, we got, it started on the app. That's where we ended it. It started in front of everybody. That's how we handled it in front of everybody. Got it right up on the panel, and talked it out. And you don't see that type of shit every day. You don't see that on here. They want to keep it going, but most people keep it going either because they stubborn, either because they figure, well, I only see this person when I get on the internet anyway. And some people turn it into content. Didi, how you doing? Appreciate you. And that's corny, you know? But to me, like a while back, I put up a post that said 2024 is a year where I just don't got the energy to be phony. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I know how this go on here. And when you speak on things like this, people feel like you throwing shade at them and stuff like that. That's how people always take it. But that if it don't apply to you, if it does or it doesn't apply to you, then you'll know. You understand? But all I'm saying is the authenticity of this app, it needs to be brought back, fam. And see, don't you know what I'm talking about. You know, you genuine enough to say, you know what, part of that was on me, and I damn sure know part, the other half was on me. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't trying to make no content out the situation. It was a real situation. You know what I'm saying? Um, had we knew each other in real life, we probably would have went to the bar, saw him, had a shot, and talked it out. Probably would have smoothed it out even sooner than that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. The the fake shit that people be doing on here, cut it out. I ain't got the energy for all that. I can't hide that. If I don't like somebody, I can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying when I said the other day, if you don't like a person, just let them know what it is. I'm not saying just wake up one day, get on the app and say, yo, I don't like you. I ain't saying do that. I'm saying just stop acting. Stop acting as if you do. It take a lot of energy and restraint to dislike somebody and to still smile in their face, wave and speak. You understand? You lying to your damn self as a man or woman. You lying to yourself. That shit is corny. I seen it. People they'll really have somebody that they like envy. Man, I used to think that it was cocky to say this person is envious of me. I used to think it was cocky to say that. I used to think it was arrogance to say that about another person. But now I realize that that's not what it is, because it doesn't have anything to do with materialistic. It doesn't have anything to do with you thinking you're better than them. It has to do with them possibly struggling with the thought that you might be better than them. They're thinking this in their mind. You didn't do anything to the person to make them feel that way. They're just looking at you from a distance. They're sitting over in the corner. They looking at you, and they start conjuring up that type of thought. That's a fact, though. We ended that shit quick as hell. Growth. You know what I mean? But people will let that type of situation rock, and it'll turn into something. A lot of people, they just wanted to turn into that. You know. But I'm respectful. I keep it 100. I can honestly, I don't toot my own horn or anything like that, but I can honestly tell you, in my opinion, about myself, and I'm not saying this because it's me, even though that it sounds crazy when you say that, but I know for a fact I'm one of the most genuine on here. Why? Because I don't have time to sit here and play with you. I'm not gonna downplay. I'm not gonna look down on you. I'm not trying to judge you because that doesn't do anything for me. It don't put no money in my pockets. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. Like I'm the type of person, like I actually watch how I speak to people. I watch the things that I say because I'm the type, I don't want to offend people. You understand? But I'm always keep it real with them. Like, come on, man. But stop having people in your chat and you really don't like them. You really don't fuck with them. That's corny. That shit is corny as hell. Imagine this: you got somebody in your chat, and it's like you throwing like little small remarks, like little jabs and shit at the person because you really have like a deep envy of them. You really don't fuck with them, but you allow for them to come in your chat. I would rather somebody tell me, don't let me sit in your chat and you feel that way about me. Tell me what's up. Tell me, yo, listen, I don't really fuck with you, man. I promise you, I will understand that. I'm a very understanding person. And like I said, I'm not speaking from my own experience. I'm speaking from what I see on here. Rebecca, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Don't say. I think when people be for a long time, it'd be hard for someone to get back. Yeah, it goes on for so long. It's like, folks they get used to that shit, bro. You understand? And if you're a content creator, there's subscribers, supporters that don't usually get into anything, but a lot of them turn into content creators because they had a situation and they just wanted to address somebody. They say, I'm about to make a video today. I don't know who they think they playing with. They go make that video. Next thing you know, they get a response. They go back at boom, just like that. They start getting subscribers, just like that. Ain't that some shit? But yeah, just like we men and we women on here, you know. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't have no personal problem with anybody on this app. Not no personal problem. You understand? Me myself, I don't know about anybody else. When I say acting accordingly, I throw that shit around. When I throw that around, that's me saying I'm just giving you the energy you give back to me. That's all. You know how some people be in chats and stuff, and they'll complain about, oh, this person didn't speak to me. They ain't say what up to me. I'm the type of person, if I don't speak to you, it's for a few reasons. Number one, maybe I don't know you. Number two, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you gotta test people. You gotta test the temperature. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta dip your foot in the water first with some people. Some people, they be iffy. It's like you don't know what certain people are thinking towards you in the back of their mind. It's like, I don't want to be shaking hands with the enemy, because you might have had a situation with them that wasn't even big or anything, but it was a misunderstanding. It's like nothing really gets resolved over the internet. You wonder, this person still got a problem with me? I can only give back the energy that I'm giving. I ain't gonna be no damn fool. That's what acting accordingly means. That's all it means. I'm literally moving accordingly with any and everybody. You say what's up to me, I say what's up to you. But a lot of people take that as, if I ain't say what up to them, then you know what I'm saying? So that would be them acting accordingly. So I can't blame them. I can't blame them. That's why I say things don't really get settled on the internet. It's not always that people don't try, which I barely see. You got people who be faking like they trying to put everything to the side, but here's how it goes. It's a cycle. They'll put something to the side with another person, but then they'll end up back at it again. Like rivalries on here, they're kind of like weeds. Like you take one down, boom, another one popping up. That's how that happens. But me personally, because hate is a strong word, fam. I promise you, I ain't got no hate for nobody. You understand? When I was a kid, I hated people. As a grown man, that take too much energy. And it's negative energy. It's too much negative energy to walk around with. You feel like you hate somebody. You know? But it's just, I just don't like when people don't just keep it real, man. I'm pretty sure there's some people probably felt like I wasn't keeping it real, you know? But then that's when I say to them, tell me what you feel like I ain't keep it real about. Because since day one, since I came on this app, I never had anything to lie about. There's nothing to lie about at all. Because when I close it, when I get on here, I'm not on here to prove anything to anybody. There's nothing for me to lie about. I'm just a regular person like you. Got bills. What? Uh, Responsibilities. Well, I mean, damn, I bleed, I cry. Like, what's up? Like, come on, man. Like, what don't say? Don't say. I ain't got time for the hate. I'm an old man. Yeah, man. Like, I look in the mirror, I see gray hairs on my damn beard every damn day. You know what I mean? Ripping them motherfuckers off and shit. Them bitches growing back and all of that. I'm finna get some dye. No, I'm playing. Nene, hey, what's going on, Nene? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Definitely, definitely. I'm just saying, though. I don't expect the people who be beefing to be on some genuine shit. Because we talking about a whole different sector anyway. They mean to do that. Everything that comes with that, they mean to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're not on here to be authentic. You understand? But I'm just saying there'd be a lot of confusion. Um, but then he say, I'm off the bed, have me a large sandwich, I'm sleepy. I heard that. I appreciate you, Nene. You know what I mean? Be easy, you know. Shout out to anybody in the bushes, man. I'm just saying, communication is a big part of it. You never know what you can accomplish with a person if this communication. There's people who don't like each other. Well, they think they don't like each other. They just never had a chance to speak. Well, maybe they had the chance, but they just chose not to. You understand? They chose not to. It's a pride thing. We all got pride. Men and women both got pride. You don't want to be no damn fool. You don't want to throw yourself out there and then this person shit on you. I get that. I get that. Like, who hasn't been in that situation? Imagine you trying to extend what they call the olive branch, and that person not only not accepts it, but then they throw it in your face. You know what I mean? You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your peace. We ain't trying to be no damn fool about it. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, just be real with yourself, because you can't force nobody to get along. You can't. You can't force nobody to like each other or anything like that. Me personally, like I say, the only way I don't like a person is if they don't like me. You know what I mean? Don't wish nothing on them or nothing like that. I can't have no problems on no app. This is an app. Like, what is that gonna do? We got real problems before we turn on the app. We got real problems when we turn off the app. Real problems. Our real problem is only when you turn the screen on. That's why it's not really even beef, but that's just a name for it on here. Beef is when you gotta look both ways. You know what I'm saying? When you out in the streets. You understand? That's a completely different situation. A lot of people on here, they don't even know what no beef is. They'll use that term. They don't even know what that really is. You ain't really been in no situation. You ain't been in no situation where you know what I'm saying, where you was tensed up, ready for, anticipating, for a gang of people to jump out at you or some shit like that. Like, come on, you ain't probably ain't never even been hit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never got punched in your face before. Ain't never had to go up against a group of people and shit. Come on, man. You ain't really been through nothing to be talking about no beef, man. Come on. But like, there was a time I was gonna leave this app alone, man. You know, when I stopped doing content, I feel like there was no reason to really be on here, right? I just didn't see. I didn't see the point. Like, the app is just, as long as I've been on here, it changes, right? And it's like just the vibes it gives off, like everybody, you know, just bring the authenticity back, bro. That's all. You understand? Like I say, don't have nobody in your chat if you really don't like them. You really don't rock with them, because you don't have to be rude to a person to say, listen, me and you, we don't really, there's something I wasn't feeling that. I don't know what, I wasn't feeling that what you did. You know, people won't just say that to you. They'll go and speak about it to other people, things like that. You understand? I was watching a panel. When was this? Was this today? Was this yesterday? Well, it's crazy because when people had those conversations behind the scenes, you would think that those conversations stay behind the scenes, right? That shit always end up coming out to the surface. It always ends up coming out because it wasn't genuine. The conversation wasn't genuine. When you talking shit about, I always look at it like this: it don't matter how much shit you talk about a person behind their back. You probably figure that person could never find out or could never tell that she was talking about them. But I know how to read a room. I know how to analyze folk when I'm talking to them, when they saying certain things, and just from the way they are around you, it's like sometimes you could tell. You could tell that somebody might not really be rocking with you like that. Certain people feel like you don't know, but you be already be knowing. They be probably ready to say, "Oh, I don't." Hold on. What did he say? One last thing before I go to bed. I got the video going to my pounders. So, oh, for real, Leanie? Oh, that's dope right there. That's dope. I'm glad you did that. You know what I mean? Because from what I had heard on that shit, that's crazy. Damn. Now, for real, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you had that issue for a long time. You know, it be like that. When somebody back you up into a corner, you got to handle it however you got to handle it. You know what I mean? There's no end game. If you don't take matters into your own hands, they would never stop. There's no such thing as an end game. That's dope. I'm glad you did that. For real. And that's the thing about it. There is no end game with these situations, bro. I say this all the time. I will never like argue back and forth with another man, another grown man. You know, I get like if I there's times I've gotten to situations at the corner store, understand? And within the first couple of words exchange of me saying what I'm saying to him cursing at me, I'm saying, you know, there's a door right there. If it's that big, we can just go shoot the fair one or something like that. I'm not even a person who wants to fight or likes to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's 80 something degrees and you yelling in my face like I'm a kid or something. We can go outside. I got a few minutes. You know what I mean? I'm just saying to avoid going back and forth, wasting that type of energy verbally for what? I feel like if somebody whips some ass and somebody get their ass whipped, that can help them move along in the situation. But who want to get their ass whipped? So even then, there ain't no end game. Because if you whip a man ass, they gonna want to do something to you, right? That's when they go and they get that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's how people lose their life right there. They took an ass whipping fair and square. Nobody jumped in or nothing. You know, they don't want to look in your face knowing that you beat them up. You know, especially as a man, it's like, I don't know. But just cut that shit out, man. That's what the title of the video should have been. Should have just been cut it out. Here it is, a Sunday night, right? Yeah, all right. Thought I was tripping. Hold on. I know how it be when I be running off, man. So, Becca, I don't know if you in here. If you want to hop up, you can still can if you want. It's on you. But yeah, man, like I stand on everything I'm saying. Just just keep it real. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be nasty or disrespectful for you to admit to a person, listen, I got a problem with you. Some people won't understand that. I feel like I'm at that age where I can understand it. You know what I mean? Imagine disliking somebody for the past year, but you've interacted with them in a way where y'all was like y'all was like brothers or sisters. Can you imagine how much energy and restraint that takes to put on an act like that? Can you imagine? You know, I wouldn't feel good with myself. I'm like, we need to cut this. We need to cut this out, man. You know damn well me, you don't ride like that, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, I feel like I have to keep repeating this too. None of this stuff is for anybody. I'm strictly this is all just a general statement, man. You know? Because if I interact with you, there ain't nothing in my heart that's, you know, only thing I can say is it's all accordingly. You can tell when it's real, you can tell when it's not. You understand? I would never shake the hand of somebody that I really just I could listen. I would never shake the hand of somebody I feel like could be a potential enemy. I put up a post. What did that post say? Um, the only thing worse than knowing that you have an enemy is not knowing. Knowing that obviously, if you have an enemy, you already know what to expect. You expect that person to do everything that an enemy would do. But if it's a person who's putting on a mask, you're not sure. That's even more dangerous because you can't see that person coming. The enemy that's in front of you, you expect them to come forward, right? But if you're not looking back, how you gonna? That's how people lose their life. You know, that's how people lose their life, man. Mm-mm-mm. What did Dome say? It sucks that so many people fall out on here. Yeah, it does. It does. For the most part, people mean to, right? Like for instance, I was watching a panel earlier. A group of people. They call themselves a group, a team, but they always got problems. They always got issues. They always got beef, right? When every time they get on the panel, they always argue. They always curse each other out. I'm like, hey, y'all supposed to be a team. That's supposed to be love right there. That's supposed to be real. That's supposed to be genuine. There's always an issue. Now, don't get it twisted. It's normal to have disagreements and arguments with your peoples. Because if you stand for anything, it's definitely necessary. Because you're not the type of person to just go along with somebody else say. If you're strong on your convictions and what you stand for, then there might be times where it's like, wait a minute now, but you're wrong. Wait a minute. No, don't tell me I'm wrong. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have to butt a few heads in order to really get to an understanding. You understand? Don't be no sucker. Don't let nobody, you know, don't just go along with motherfuckers and shit. Don't just be no damn sheep or nothing like that. The gangs on here to high school, they ain't even gangs, bro. Let me tell you something. That term, they got nerve even using that. Like, there's that one dude name on here. He's supposed to be a gang member, right? But I seen somebody who I thought I would never agree with. They said something that made a lot of sense. How you a gang member, but you on here and you got the gang members bugging out for clout on an app, telling gang member business and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like gang members who really on here arguing with fools back and forth. Like if you part of that type of lifestyle, there's some discipline there. So that means you stand on business. I ain't never been a gang a day in my life, but I take it you ain't trying to go back and forth with another man because you more than anybody know what can come out of that. You definitely know what's up. You understand? That's crazy. So this shit could be a poison. It's like crack, man. It's like once you take that first hit, it's hard to put it down. Me being somebody who was semi a part of that type of shit, and when I say that, it's important for me to tell people I never violated nobody like that. I never did half the things that you see people do on here. All I did was respond. And I was just roasting their ass. You know what I'm saying? The harshest thing that ever came from my mouth on here was, listen, you can come here or I can come there. But that's because you want motherfuckers to leave you alone. You want to get it out the way. I'm the type of person, if I was a kid, right? You know how your father or your mom's whip you or whatever. I'm the type to say, all right, just do it. Let's get it over with. I want to get shit over with. I have to have an end game in it. No matter what it is in life, bro. I have to have an end game. Because life has an end game, if that makes sense. Don't let that go over your head. Like these people be doing some of the wildest shit. And you wasting away your days, your seconds, and your minutes. You understand that when you get off the app, you might not make it to the mall. I know a dude who's young, like around my age, who just had a heart attack, mini heart attack in the hospital. He put a picture of himself in the hospital. People was like, see, it don't matter what age you are. Anybody, nobody is exempt from having health issues, which means nobody is exempt from losing their life. It's about appreciating your life. I start off every video like that. Peace, blessings. Every day is a blessing. I don't know about y'all, but I've been through enough shit in my life to understand how real life is. It's a, like just sitting here, me sitting here, just talking, saying what I'm saying now. It's a blessing for me to be sitting here. You understand? Every day we wake up, we lost people in the world. There are people who have passed away, actual people who have died. The worst thing about those situations, you don't always get the opportunity to say goodbye to your loved ones. It's real out here. Come on. Come on. Don't say that part. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. I'm big on that. Protect your energy. Um, that's another part of what acting accordingly means. Protecting your energy. You understand? Don't want problems. Don't need no problems. Life give you enough problems. Why you want to get on the app? The app is supposed to be for entertainment. The app is supposed to be, for a lot of people, it's a chance to get away and just, politic and bullshit with people that you have a rapport with, a relationship with, whatever the case. It's supposed to be for entertainment purposes. Imagine you got real shit going on in your real life, and then you get on the app just to get on here to some more bullshit. Huh? You got the game all jacked up. Like, who? Nah. That's why I started actually doing content, when I figured out this ain't how I want to spend my time on this app. You're basically waking up to get on an app. You waking up to negativity. Waking up to negativity. You want your experience to be like that every time you get on there? You got people waiting for you, people that don't like you, people ready to shit on you, violate you, drag you. They respond. They responded to your last video. You wake up, you already got your name in the title. What? Come on, man. A lot of people don't mean to straighten things out. When you got two people who, have that proverbial falling out, you could tell how non-genuine it was just by how fast they run to the net and they put it out there by making a video. They probably could have talked behind the scenes. They probably could have got on the phone. They could have chopped it up. They could have handled it any other way. But that one person decided to go and they did a video. They went and put your name all up in it, Now, some people look at it like, listen, once disrespect, once you get to that point, you can't tell me how to respond, which I understand it. Because I'm a type of person, I look at it like this. I'm willing to handle it however they're willing to handle it. I don't believe in doing too much, but I also don't believe in doing too little. I'm not going to be too extreme, but I'm not going to be, you understand? I'm going to handle it the same way they handle it. So my interaction with people is basically me. I'm kind of like leaving the ball in their court. I'm not letting them decide, what our vibe is, what our interaction is. But I'm saying it's based off of how you treat me is what I'm saying. If you're respectful to me, if you keep it real with me, you keep it honest with me, you genuine with me, I promise you I will do the same with you. I promise you. If you dislike me, hate me, if it screw me and all of this, then yeah, pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. Sometimes people will think that you don't like them. They'll think, that you hate them or whatever the case. That's when communication comes in. Having a talk with another, and if you're grown, you should be able to have a conversation with anybody. Kids can't have conversations. Kids throw tantrums and stuff like that. I'm at the point where I can sit down if there's an issue. Like I tried. This is how I know I grew up. And I'm still working on myself. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Realist ain't never been the same. I'll be the first one to say, no, I'll beat their ass. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Like I literally got got cursed out by a former friend, right? Somebody who I was supporting, a female. And I didn't get crazy on them. I didn't respond to them, with disrespect. I hit them up behind the scenes. And I'm like, hey, based off of the rapport we used to have, let's not do the YouTube thing. Got to talking about what the issue was, and you know, even when you try to get to common ground with somebody, sometimes some people you just can't get there with. I understand that too. Some people you just can't find. There's no such thing as common ground with everybody, fam. Some people just feel the way they feel. They got their perspective, you got yours, and there'll never be a meeting of the minds. There'll never be an understanding. That's just the way it is, which is why I tell people you're not always gonna get along with people. It's about going your opposite way. You don't gotta deal with each other, we don't gotta rock with each other. That was me being mature at that moment in time because I know what that could bring. And like I say, you just heard me say I ain't going back and forth with nobody on no internet. But don't get it twisted. I won't let you back me up into a corner either. I'm that type of person. It's like, yeah, I'd rather not. Let's not do this. That's me saying I'm not down for it. I prefer not to, but I'm also telling you, don't get it twisted. That's me saying that. All in one. Just don't get it twisted. Because you've grown. It's like, and just because you got a set don't mean that you're a man. You know what I'm saying? Men can do bitch things. Um, Females don't have a set. So how do I put this? It's like this. They say that women are wired more emotional. We're wired logical. But I feel like that's not always the case because there's some logical women. I've met some illogical women. You know what I mean? And I've met some logical women that can actually put their emotions in check. You understand? And hell, to be surprised, not even surprised, but sometimes there's men that be in their emotions more than anything. You understand? Just take a look on this app. Just take a look. Hell, just take a look at that Diddy video. What you think that was? That wasn't logical. Imagine that. I could never see myself in that boy's shoes, running down the hallway to do that to a feet. Come on, that shit look crazy. You understand? Mm-mm-mm. But communication, I might as well have to just do that in the title too. You know, there's often a lot of a lot of confusion. This person don't like this person. This person don't like that person. Right? I'm down to have a conversation with anybody because you can get things misconstrued. You know, how I look at it is, okay, I know I have to move accordingly with this individual because I don't know how they thinking about me in the back of their mind. Like, how do you really feel about me, right? And it's not a matter of caring how they feel about you or anything like that, but you just don't know, and you don't want to put yourself out there. You don't want to be no damn fool, basically, is what I'm saying. And so, what's going on, sis? Appreciate you, appreciate you. Um, yeah, like communication. You would be surprised. You would be surprised of how much shit you can settle, or how much shit you can figure out if you sat down and have a conversation with somebody. There might be that one person who probably dislikes the other more than, they probably assuming, oh, this person can't stand me, so I ain't gonna say nothing to them. You know? But it don't always be like that. So even though I say act accordingly all the time, that's really what everybody does in a sense. But I just doubled down on it because I realized that for such a simple term, right? For such a simple saying, I realized that when you're dealing with people, that you really have to kind of like double down on that. You understand your interactions with people, minds. It's all dependent on them. If I meet you for the first time, it's going to be respect out the gate. And from there, it starts at 100. You know how people say I don't know this person. I don't know them to respect them. That's not how I look at it. If I met you for the first time, my respect is, if I shook your hand, introduced myself, then that respect is at 100 because I just have respect for a human being. You understand what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have to know you, but I respect you as a man or as a woman. It starts at 100, and it can only go down from negative experiences that we have from that point going forward. Gary, what's going on, man? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Appreciate you. Anti says people don't want to communicate anymore. More people just assume and run with that. Conversations are very, necessary. That's a fact. That's a fact. It don't take much to have a conversation. It don't. But I guess that's where what pride comes into play. That is what Gary said. That's because people don't give respect until they earn it. I don't understand that logic. Don't give respect until they earn it. Right. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying by that. With me, I respect them. Like I say, as a human being, like I respect you as another human being. I don't gotta know you personally. You know what I mean? Hell, I respect a dog. I respect the damn dog. Like the homeless man in the alleyway. I might not have stopped and waved to that man or nothing, but I got a respect for him. I'll say this: I'm not gonna disrespect them. So does that mean that you have respect for that person? You understand what I'm saying? Or does that just mean we just have no? I don't know. That's how I am too, Wills. Yeah. Pride of emotion. Mm-hmm. I'm not a hateful person, man. I don't got it. I don't have it in me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it in me. Like I kind of wear everything like on my sleeves. Like it's kind of like a part of being a Sagittarius. We're in a world where some people look at men as weak for like putting themselves out there, right? Like you don't see how often do you see men cry in the world? You see it in movies and shit, but in real life, men cry to themselves, man. You understand? Like men don't always want to be. You don't want to get looked at in that light. Oh, he weak, and it's not even that you necessarily care. It's just wide. It's just kind of like wired in you, and that's just how society is. Like what Gary saying. Common sense is dead. Chivalry is dead. A lot of things is dying, bro. Yeah. Common sense definitely went out the window. Common sense definitely went out the window. I don't know, man. Of course, the stuff I'm talking about, it doesn't just go for online. It goes for offline too. You know. I don't know, man. Oh, Diddy's still in here. But the more you think about it, like communication really is a big thing, man. You can solve a lot of shit with communication. You understand? Mm-mm-mm. Like I say, I believe in being firm, um, not aggressive, but firm, right? And I always try to be welcoming with any and everybody. You understand? The thing I hate about the internet is that it don't really take too much before a narrative can be made about a person, right? And that's actually a part. That's like a lot of the shit you see on here. It has kind of like to do with that too. You know, like All it takes is for two people to have a conversation. All it takes is, I'll say this, it's all it takes is for one misunderstanding. And just like that, there can be a narrative, where one misunderstanding, the snowball gonna roll down the hill, and the bigger it gets. Like a lot of situations you see is just a misunderstanding, bro. But then it's like maybe they don't know that person enough to want to have that conversation. But I guess that goes for the beef side, or it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I just had to get up here and kind of like recap from last night because I'm like, damn, that was my fault though. They took the video down. That was my fault because damn well you gotta be careful with me. I don't even play music. I never played music. That's never my thing. What an answer I say. That's facts, especially on you, especially on here, especially on here. Like I said, I just wanted to give a recap because I hate, if it was just me, that's one thing. But when you got people that come up on the panel and then, they actually say some interesting things, some things that people probably would have wanted to hear. Like, well, they was dropping some gems, they was talking some stuff. You know what I mean? So that was on me. But I definitely appreciate everybody who was up in here last night rocking because it was literally about like 6 something in the morning when I got up off here. Yeah, it was about 6 something in the morning when I got up off here. My head was spinning and shit. I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, man, act accordingly. Every day is a blessing. Appreciate every second, minute, hour, week, month, year. Who's that, Alpha? What's going on, Alpha? He said, Realest and everybody, I missed last night. I have to catch the replay. Uh, that's what I was just saying. They took it down, Alpha. that was my fault though. Everything was all good at first, but then I ended up kind of like playing music at the last half hour or whatever, and it was good even then until somebody hit me and say, "Oh, I can't see you, right?" Like I'm sitting here jamming too. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sitting here having a good time up in here chilling, you know. But yeah, they told me they blocked the video and all this stuff or whatever. But that's like a whole nother live right there because I have seen people who do that and they don't get strikes, they don't get blocked or anything like that. That's corny as hell right there. That's a turn off from the app. I'm all for guidelines and restrictions, but damn, like make sure you apply that to everybody. I swear these people got their pick. They got their picks, man. Yeah, it's all good. I ain't tripping. But I was just like, damn, because people was actually in here. Like, it was early hours and stuff, and there was people actually in here. And they was jumping on the panel and stuff. I feel bad that people didn't get to, see a replay of that. You know what I mean? Next time hit review, then you can just take the music off. Yeah, I wasn't being smart about it at all. I was just in the heat of the moment. You know what I mean? And I said before I get off here and just play a little bit of music. Next thing I know, I start playing I think I played like 7 songs up in here. I'm not gonna lie, So I you know, that's on me. It's all good. It's all good. Make it even across the board. Yeah. But like I say, shout out to everybody who was in here last night. Shout out to everybody who popped in here tonight. I just wanted to do that recap of everything. I didn't plan on being on here too long. I don't got too much to even talk about on here. What Alpha say? It was 755 and 702. They came up. I think 702 came up twice. Yeah, I was surprised to see 755 come up. Shout out to her. And that was like four. Was that 4 or 5? Yeah, we was up in here, man. You know, like I say, that's on me. You know what I mean? We was having fun. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. I'll never change. And I definitely should know better because as long as I've been on here, I tell people all the time, YouTube don't like me. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. As a matter of fact, this channel right here, this is actually my backup channel that I had to make when they took my other channel. The other channel that I was going to turn into something, I was going to use that for something else. That's really my original channel. Like the first name I ever had when I got on here was Realest on the internet. Yeah, that was the first name I ever came up with. Realest has always been in my title. First it was Realest on the internet, and then I think I went to Realest in the room. Then I went to the one I got now, Realest one here. Yeah, but I always kept the same ring to it. Oh man, nice. Yeah, they good peeps. They good peeps. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. So I guess, for anybody who ever wondering, yo, how come Realist don't got no background on his stream yard? If anybody ever wondered that, it's because there was only certain times that I ever chose to go live. I never felt like it was necessary. I got a number of lives put together, but anytime I got up here, as long as you could see me and I had a microphone, that's all I needed. You understand? So I never really cared about it. But I guess I might as well make the upgrade because, I still feel like I'm adjusting a little bit. Matter of fact, nah, I'm not adjusting. This is like probably like the 10th live I done did, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like one of the only people who be on here. I'm like, yo, this fool ain't got no type of background or nothing. You know? I know that makes it fun, like funner, I guess. I never cared about it. It was never something I thought about. If you could hear what I'm saying, then that was good enough for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I might as well go ahead and make the upgrade, you know? Man, look. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, let me get my ass up off of here, man. Hold on. What Alpha say? The background sometimes kind of bother me, especially the ones with a bunch of motion, bright, moving lights. Yeah, they be going hard sometimes. They be going hard. You know, with me, it probably be something simple. I try, you know, like all my shit, everything I use, everything that I put up visual wise has black in it. Like I just started like getting into like making your own gifts or however you say it, right? Like I'm so simple. I'm basic. I'm basic as hell. I'm simple. It don't take a lot to just to satisfy me, you know. Even as far as like having a wife or something like that. If you can make me some bomb ass cereal, you ain't gotta cook nothing. I promise you. Just get two of my favorite kinds and mix them joints together with just enough milk. Not a whole lot, but just enough so that it's gonna be some in the bowl that I can drink when I'm done eating the cereal. For real. You ain't gotta cook nothing. Don't take a lot to satisfy somebody like me, I'm telling you. Yes. Where they go? Oh, you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. Yeah. But like I said, man, about that I know it's probably gonna be like another. Well, actually, ain't no telling how. It's probably be another month before people leave this shit alone. I'm talking about the Diddy thing, right? Sometimes you can't help but to give your opinion on certain things because when you got something that's popping up in your damn face everywhere you go, no matter what app you get on, it don't matter if it was Facebook. Like the memes are crazy, right? Like, what's the name of that movie where what's that dude's name? I forgot his damn name. I forgot his name. The two white dudes, they're comedians, and there's a scene in the movie where Diddy was like chasing these dudes through a hallway, ironically, right? And they made that scene into a meme talking about this scene has aged horribly since the video came out. And it's literally just them running from Diddy in the hallway. He's behind them, hauling ass after them. Ain't that some ironic shit right there? That's crazy as hell. On social media, I seen that. Instagram. Who that old head? Old head, what's going on, man? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Get him to the Greek. Was that it, word? That's it? Yeah, there you go. I still forgot this. So you seen it. I forgot them two fools' names, man. Oh, it said it was at the tip of my tongue, but I see that shit on social media. I say, yo, that's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Like I'm like when it comes to like celebrity news, like I'm kind of like late to it. You understand? Cause my mind is like I don't really care to hear it. It ain't gonna do nothing for me. But like I say, when you see the same thing everywhere like that, they're like forcing you to have your own opinion. You see it everywhere. You hear people talking about it, you know. So I can't even be a hypocrite, sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not talking about no damn celebrities, nothing like that." You know, it'd be hypocritical to say it because sometimes you might have a different perspective than the next person, and it's like, well, let me break it down to y'all like this, right? Let me speak on it like this. Yeah, then if I could ration you say swing balls. So I'm dead ass. I say, listen, I done said that a few times. Anytime a conversation comes up of women like cooking and stuff, don't get it twisted. I like to eat. I like a home cooked meal or whatever. But I'm saying I'm simple. I like to make shit simplify. I like to simplify shit. You know what I mean? You know how women complain about not wanting to cook and stuff like that. I would probably be the ideal husband, like in that regard. Just make sure it's two different kinds that I like, cause I mix mine. So I'm bougie with it. I like cereal. I'm simple with it. I'm simple as far as what I want to eat, but I'm bougie with it, right? Cinnamon toast crunch. What's the other one? Captain Crunch. Mix them two joints. What Dome say? I felt like that with the Kendrick. With Kendrick, I hate talking about that, but Kate got Kate got possessed. Oh, I got what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you know how like you tell yourself, like, man, everybody they can go ahead and speak on this shit if they want to. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. Hold on. I ain't got nothing to I can keep speaking on it if y'all want. I ain't got nothing to say about it. It's just another celebrity situation. Them people, they human just like us. The only thing is they got more money, they got a little bit more status. Nobody don't care nothing about them damn people. You know what I mean? Like, so what? But you see it so much and you hear so much. And if you got a platform, it's like, well, nobody spoke on it from this perspective. Let me get up here, let me speak on it. The only thing I was saying about the situation was I couldn't believe that there was actually men and women that was going back and forth. And they was making it about something completely different. They was talking about their own situation. It's like, see, because of what Diddy doing, that's why we chose the bear. If you wonder why we chose the damn bear, that's why. You know? And I'm like, well, damn, we ain't all out here dragging females. We got to do that. Like, what? Come on. Oh, man. I'm always dozing up, bro. Nah, I just keep putting it in there because when I first got on here, I would always just talk. I would never, sometimes people would be like, damn, I want to jump up there. I'm like, oh, my bad. So before you know what I'm saying? Camellia, what's going on? Peace, peace, peace. It's still open for you if you want to jump up here. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, when I first got back to jumping up on the panel, people would be like, I want to jump up there and shit like that. I'd be like, oh, for real, my bad. I'd be running off of my mouth so much. I wasn't even thinking about nobody wanting to get up there. So I told myself, okay, from now on, I'll just like post it every couple of minutes so that, just to be fair. Understand? Oh, man. Yeah. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, all right. What command is it? I'm growing a cereal called Life. I remember that shit. The little square joint. Yeah, they got the cinnamon kind too. Yeah. I'm telling you, I ain't picky about mines, man. I try to ease off of the sugar. That's why I try to choose a cereal that like is naturally sweet, so I don't gotta add no sugar to it. I try not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially after you have oral surgery. That's a reminder that you gotta be careful with that type of shit. But hell, my teeth was always great. You know what I mean? Like the last time I had to have surgery was probably like over 10 years ago. But that's only my wisdom teeth. You know what I mean? I'm glad to get them bitches out. Mm-mm-mm. All right, though. I'm about to get my ass up off of here. Camille, I don't know if you're still here or not. I don't know if you want to come up here and give your perspective on this situation. Let me know before I get off. I'll hold up for you. If not, it's all good. It's got one much. I got one game. I appreciate you, man. Ty. You already know. Definitely appreciate you. Always, always. And don't say Reese cups and Butterfingers my weakness. Yeah, it been a while since I had it been a while since I had um like like candy bars. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing sweet that I actually have is it's cereal. I feel like that's as safe as I could be. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a kid, I would tear it up. OG Will, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Always up getting ready to get off. I appreciate you, man. Y'all definitely support OG Will. I see he over there racking up them damn watch hours too. I don't be knowing who be up in your chat, but I see you be over there. You be working, man. You be getting them watch hours. If anything, you be killing it. You be putting that work in, man. But again, shout out to everybody. You know, like I say, for that sake, for that reason that people are actually like there were other people speaking besides me. I hate that they took the live, but that was on me because I should have known better. You know, what is this? Okay. Yeah, matter of fact, y'all go and support antisocial. I think she just went live on her game streaming channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie, just watching her play got me wanting to like dig up some of my old games. Like the latest game system I got is 360. We talking about almost what, about 20 years ago, fam? But watching other people play, that made me want to get back into video games and shit. Get that itch. Yeah, put that work in, man. Shit, you might have me beat with the watch hours. Probably do. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. And shout out to everybody who popped in last night. Like I say, my bad. You know, hold on. Especially to the people who was here like at the last hour. You know what I'm saying? It's here with me for the last hour. I'm sitting here thinking there's people in the chat. See that joint hit 0. I'm like, oh, everybody fell asleep, right? But I was still sitting here rocking. And then I got a text like, yo, I can't see you, bro. I can't see you. I'm like, for real? Those bastards. You son of a bitches. They had to do me like that, right? And you would think I would know, Dome. You would think I would know dealing with them people for so long. You know what I'm saying? But listen, it was the brandy vibes. You know what I'm saying? It was the brandy vibes. Like I was chilling. So I know now not to get up here talking about, yo, I got a topic I want to talk about and sip on some damn brandy. Man, all that shit went out the window, fam. All that. You know what I mean? But hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who popped in last night too. You know what I mean? Dome, Didi, Anti Word, OG Will, Alpha, Camellia. Who else popped in? Did I say Didi? Goddess popped in here earlier. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I try not to forget everybody, man. Gary, oh yeah, Gary, he popped in. And yeah. And he old head, right, old head. Appreciate you too, man. You know what I'm saying? But those in the bushes, hopefully y'all hit that like, you know what I mean? Respectfully, I want to respectfully. I'm about to get my black ass up off of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be easy. I'm out.